Good afternoon and welcome to The Balance of Life. I am Pastor Angel Ferguson and I thank you so very much for joining us today. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. What an honor and a pleasure to come and spend some time with you on today. And you know what? I hope that you are ready. We are coming to you live via our radio broadcast for our station via Facebook Live on the page The Balance of Life, and we are here with our Wisdom app. And I want to share some encouraging words with you on today. Just want to impart into you the question, or shall I say the statement, and I want you to think about this. We're going to talk about understanding your role. What is your role? Do you really understand your role when it comes to the invitation from God to join Him in an assignment? Understanding your role. There are some invitations that come and they are simply for you to come and to glean, but you're going to take something away from the invitation that you received. It's almost like getting an invitation to a wedding, getting an invitation to a housewarming party, a graduation party, any kind of invitation. You're going to take something away with you when you receive those type of invitations. So the first thing to think about is, what type of invitation did you receive? Are you receiving an invitation just to attend? But keep in mind, you will receive something at the end. You are invited to be a witness. And also, there are the invitations for you to obtain, for you to lead, for you to become a leader. So, I wanted to really dive in today and talk about understanding your role. What is your role? What were you invited to do? And when we talk about what were you invited to do, I want you to begin to think about your purpose, your goals, and your dreams. Your purpose, your goals, and your dreams will determine your role in the invitation. First, you and I were invited to be a witness. We were invited to discover what it is that is within us, that is to benefit this world, to benefit the kingdom of heaven. So that's one invitation. But do we know the role that we take? If you are a leader, then you are forever in a leadership role. And so we have to lead at a certain level of excellence, I'm going to say. And it comes through maturity. It's gradual. It's what you put into it. And what we put into it is what we expect to get out. If we're not putting anything in it, then our return is going to be slim to zero. I'm going to say that. We can have a expectation of greatness, but when we do not understand our role, we won't get the return that we are expecting because we're not putting anything into it. And so I really want you to think about your role as to where you are with when it comes to your purpose, goals, and dreams. What is your role? Think about it. You were given a vision. You were given the gifts. You have the talents, but it is up to you how they are executed. It is totally up to you on how you use what you have. That's how you understand your role. I can have gifts and talents, but if I do not know how to utilize them, if I do not know how to execute them, guess what? I can have a desire for a certain return, but I will not receive it. I won't get it because I don't understand my role. I don't understand my role if I don't lead properly. You were given the vision, you have the vision. Whether it is business, ministry, the visionary for your home, whatever it may be, the vision to write a book, to start a blog, if you are the department head in a department store or any kind of business, and you are given the mandate to grow it, then it must start, of course, with a vision, and then understanding the vision and understanding your role as being a part of that vision. Now, the vision has an outcome. The vision has a certain time. But if the one who is to lead does not understand their role, then the outcome will not, it will not match what you see. It will not match what is, I want to use the right word, it will not match the desired outcome. We can put it on paper. We can have the desire in our heart. We can have all of those things. It's a part of the planning process. But if we do not lead it properly, we won't get to the desired outcome. It's called profit of return. So what are you looking to receive? When you understand your role and you execute that to the fullest, make sure that when you understand your role, then you can delegate and understand the role of others. I'll say that again. When you and I understand our role in the vision, in the invitation from God, it's His vision. He invites us to partake in the vision. When I understand my role as being a part of His vision, what it is I'm supposed to do, when I begin to look for those to help me and to be a part of what He's given me to do, then I can properly relate to them what it is that I want done. But if I don't understand it, I can't relate properly. We are in a day and we are in a time, and time is short. Time is so short that, listen, the days are going by so very, very quickly. We are already at June 7th, 2022. And yes, we released, let me tell you how quickly time is going by, and I'm thinking about this. We released, before the month of May was out, our June magazine. I am already looking at the date and saying, oh my God, I need to make sure I get July out on time. It's already June 7th. Time is coming. Time is moving so rapidly. And so we no longer have time to waste, and we no longer have time to linger for the things that we are mandated to do. Many of us are sitting on our purpose, we're sitting on our goals, we're sitting on visions, we're sitting on dreams, and we think that we have all of this time, and we really don't. Someone is waiting for what's inside of you. I say that so very often, and I know it to be true. Someone is waiting for what God has given unto you. But we don't understand our roles. And when we don't understand our roles, we're sitting by idly, thinking that somebody is going to come along and they know what we want, but we haven't explained what we wanted because we don't fully understand our roles. And then we're not getting the return that we want. And then we become frustrated. But I want to tell you that you can eliminate the frustration process. And we could actually get to what God wants for us if we can begin to understand our roles. Use what you have. You've already been given something so valuable, so precious, but I want you to understand what it is that you have. I have been studying over in the book of Exodus, and I want to share this with you. We know the story of Moses. Moses, when he was kicked out of Egypt for them discovering that he was really a Hebrew, and amongst some other things, he had a rod, he had a staff, he had something to help him to walk with. Follow me. Follow me now. You have something to help you walk. You have something to help you on your journey. You have something in you that is going to help you accomplish what you are supposed to accomplish during your time here upon the earth. I call them gifts and talents. It's going to help you accomplish your purpose upon the earth. Okay. It came within pivotal times that the Lord reminded Moses to use what he already had. In other words, understand your role, understand what you already have, and use what you have to execute what it is you need to accomplish. Exodus chapter 14, verse 15 says it so clearly. It says, "And the Lord said unto Moses, Wherefore criest thou unto me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward." You have a voice. You have been given words of encouragement. You have been given the right speech to write. You have been given the right blueprint of a plan. You have it. What's already in you. The words are already there. The plans are already there. The plans that you have, they are there. What are you going to do with what you have? If you're just tuning in, you are tuning into The Balance of Life. I am Pastor Angel Ferguson, and I thank you so very much for joining us today. This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. I am so excited about what we're sharing with you today because I want you to think about your role as it is. You have a very, very powerful role when it comes to the things that are supposed to be executed upon the earth. You really do. But we have to put those things to work. Sometimes we want to see change without realizing or executing the fact that we are the change. We look for change in other places, but you are indeed that change. You want to hear the right words being spoken? Guess what? Speak those words. Call those things that be not as though they were. You want to see things being done? Do it. But you have to understand your role in order to do it. So understand what it is that is within you, and then move accordingly. Something else that I want to touch on today is I want to touch on, do you have a plan? Do you have an actual plan for what you want to execute? See, I can have the vision and I could see what I want. But do I have a plan to execute it? Do I really have a plan? And so sometimes we don't have a plan and we can't get to what we want. So ask yourself, do I have a plan for what I want? Do you have a plan for what you want? I don't know about you, but I have a plan. I have a plan for what I want, and it is according to the will of God. But I have to have a plan. I can't assume. No, I can't. I can't assume that it's all going to come together because I thought about it. That's not the way it works. I have to have a plan. So when you understand your role, I think it's important that you go ahead and begin to put a plan in place. What is it that you are hearing? What is it that you're allowed to see? All of this falls in place when you understand your role. If I don't understand my role, I won't have anything in place. I won't plan anything, but I'll still have an expectation of how I think it's supposed to turn out. Does that make sense? As a mentor and as a leader to leaders, I come across this so very often. There is no plan to execute the vision. But the expectation is there. So how can I have an expectation and I have no plan? It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. So let's get some things equipped and started to help you on your way. First of all, ask yourself, what is this vision about? Who gave me the vision? What's the benefit of the vision? In all reality, a vision is the equivalent of a business plan. I'll say that again. The vision is the equivalent of a business plan. That's what it is. So when you have the vision, go ahead and begin to put together a business plan for it. Put it together. And once you begin to do that, you will see your vision kind of take on a shape. And then put together a plan to execute the vision. It must start at that place. I have learned through the years, I might have a desire to do something, but if I don't put it in proper perspective, if I don't put it in the proper planning process, it's not going to come into fruition the way that I planned for it to do so. And once again, we are here live via our Facebook page, The Balance of Life, our radio broadcast via Spreaker, and via the Wisdom app. Doing a little triple duty today. Absolutely love what we do. We're talking about, and I really put this because I want you to think about it. I want you to really understand your role. The vision must be put in the same equivalence as a business plan. So you can pull a business plan from offline for free. It's not going to cost you anything. You can pull a template and you can look at the different components. Your vision has a purpose. Your vision has a target audience. It has all those components. And then there are the components on what it is going to take to execute that vision. Count the cost. Put a plan in action. And you do it in portion. You take one step at a time. And I said this a couple of weeks ago, and I'll say it again, because somewhere along the lines we got all off balance. Your connections are not your audience. I'll say that again. Your connections, that is not your necessary audience. Your connections are the tools that are needed to help bring that vision to pass. So in the topic today, think about it, understanding your role. We must understand the roles of the people that we come in contact with. We must understand the roles of the audience. In the New Testament, there is a story being told about a prominent king who invited people to a dinner, to a celebration. The first invitations that went out, people made excuses. They didn't understand their role. They didn't understand that they were being invited to receive something. And so they began to refuse and make excuses. And another invitation went out and the same thing transpired. And then finally, the prominent individual tells the servants to go out in the highways and the byways. That's the audience. That's the audience that he was supposed to connect with. But in order for me to execute the vision that I see, I must have a plan in process. I must have a plan before me, and I must execute it. I can't just wing it. I just can't assume that things are going to fall into place simply because I just think that they should. I just think that people should just fall in place. I cannot have that mindset. I've been there, and so I have experienced that, and I can tell you firsthand that that is not the way it works. And this is a very good transparent moment that I'm going to share with you, I was confused. I thought that my connections were my audience. And so I found myself in a place of disappointment when they did not show up to the things that I had shared with them. They were my connections. They were not my audience. So I had to understand my role and I had to understand their role. I had to begin to put things in place and plan things out. When we come for radio 3 days a week, I have to plan. I literally have to think. I not only have to put my timing in order and in place, but think about the content and having the material prepared and ready. I have a plan because I understand my role. In the midst of writing, whatever it may be, if it's for the magazine, if it's for another book publication for the School of Ministry, or if it's for a client, I have to understand my role. I have to have a plan in place because there is a vision. It's not going to unfold all at one time, but I must work portions of it. It's like a puzzle. We always use the demonstration of a puzzle. When we purchase the puzzle, on the box, on the cover, it is a beautiful picture. Even for a painting, I purchased one of those paint by color uh, things from Michael's a couple of months ago, and guess what? I haven't touched it yet. I purchased it, but I haven't touched it. And it's this beautiful picture, but it's not complete. It's complete on the cover. That's the vision. That's the outcome. That's what I want to get to. I can see it. Inside of the box are the components of what I need in order to achieve what I have seen. But once again, I can't hang it up because I have not gone through the process I haven't, listen, I looked in the box, I saw the paint, I saw the paintbrush, I saw the easel, I saw all the components. I saw everything that I needed to get to what I saw. But until I start the work, it's just all there. It is not going to put itself together. Although I would love for it to come together in that format, but there is something that I must do. And so that is a very, very good teaching tool for you and I. I am allowed to see the finished product. You are allowed to see. Sometimes you can have a dream. You can see yourself speaking to a multitude of people. You can literally see the words that are in you written out in black and white on the pages of your next publication. You can literally see that business being unfolded in every room in the building, and you can literally see everything that you want in there. You can see it. You can see it. But there is a plan that has to take place in order for it to come into a reality. Manifestation, which manifestation means to appear. So I can see it internally. I can close my eyes. I can literally see. I can see the layout. Whenever we get ready to do a magazine, I can literally see. I can see the layout. I can see the pages. I can see how I want it to be. I can see all of that. But if I don't put anything into action, if I don't actually do the layout, it remains a vision. It remains a dream. So let's divide up these three words as you are understanding your role. You have a purpose. That's why you were created. And your purpose takes on a dream and it becomes a goal. I'll say that again. You and I, we have a purpose to be upon this earth. Your purpose then turns into a dream. Your dreams become goals. When you accomplish your goals, oh, this is good. You are bringing the dreams into a reality, and you are fulfilling your purpose. So we take the same three words, we lay them out one way, and in reverse, they accomplish what they were supposed to do. You have a purpose. Your purpose turns to dreams. And as Then they turn into goals as you accomplish them. When you accomplish those goals, your dreams are being made into a reality, or shall I say the word, they are manifested. And that is your purpose. Your purpose is to manifest your dreams. Your purpose is to manifest the vision. Think about it. Think about it. What is your role? Ask yourself that. And once again, you can pull a blank business plan from offline. And I want you to think about why you were created. I want you to begin to think about the dream that's within you. What is it that you desire to do? In the space of the business name, you might have to leave that blank because you want to get the right name. But in the section of purpose, and you might need more space, what is the purpose? What is the purpose behind your dream? If you can understand the purpose behind the dream, then you're going to understand why you were created. I was created. I love to encourage people. I love to tap into your purpose, goals, and dreams, and to help you to discover and cultivate the talents and gifts that are inside of you. I want you to reach the goals of those dreams. I do it verbally, I do it in written formation, and I do it by demonstration because I have understood my role. I'm yet understanding it day by day. I have a plan for my purpose, and I have manifested not all, but several of my dreams. I have reached some goals. And so I'm not telling you something that I haven't done. I'm not going to tell you to walk out in faith if I haven't walked out in faith. I'm not going to tell you that you have to gain some disciplines about yourself to accomplish that it is what's inside of you, because I had to do it. So think about it. What is it that you want to do? And then I want you to begin to put a plan together to bring it to pass. Despise not the day of small beginnings. We all have to start somewhere. So calm down your anxieties and take one small step at a time. Do not try to compare yourself to someone else's vision. Do not try to compare yourself to somebody else's race. You have your own pace to take. You have your own finish line to make. And you might not necessarily go the route that the next person did. There might be some similarities, but you have your own journey to take. So you go at your own pace. Do not compare yourself in that manner, because you will be disappointed. We do not know what goes on behind the scenes when a person is by themselves and they're yet reading and learning and working. They're only going to demonstrate before you only so much. So just because we come to the table together and we talk about strategic planning, when I get up from the table, I'm not done. I still work. I still get up in the midnight hour. I still get up through the night, putting those things together, executing, doing what it takes. That's because I had to understand my role. When I didn't understand my role, I really didn't have any interest. I talked about it, but I didn't have any interest. And so my conversation was really just that. It was a flat no going conversation. It wasn't going anywhere. It was not accomplish anything. I was just speaking words out into the air. I was not doing I wasn't walking as I was speaking. But one day I decided to make my walk line up with what I had to say. And I began to cultivate and understand my role. In other words, and I'm going to line this up for you because I went through and I still go through it, a process called renewal of the mind. I had to change my mindset. Understanding your role causes you to change your mindset. When we mature and we understand our role, our mindsets will change. And when your mindset changes, your demeanor changes, your outlook changes, your focus changes. As you begin to accomplish those small steps, and listen, each small step is toward the bigger picture. So let's go back to the puzzle. The picture that's on the box. You take all of the puzzle pieces out, and you have no idea where they go. I'm not talking, listen, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it joyfully. Let's graduate in the kind of puzzles that we go and get. Do not go out and get those training puzzles for the toddler and the baby. You listen, where there's only 4 pieces. Let's grow. Those are the small steps I want you to grow in. You've mastered that. Here's something else I want you to think about before I go continually about this puzzle. Look back, and I want you to think about this. Look back over the past 6 months. And I want you to have a reality chat, a reality talk, a reality check with yourself. And I want you to find out if you have grown, if you have matured, or if you are still in the same place. Don't compare yourself to anybody else, but I want you to look over yourself. I want you to look over how you do things. If you keep coming across the same problem when you get to work, there is something that you need to grow in. If you keep running out of time on doing projects, then evaluate the flow of your time. Evaluate you. So let's get back to this puzzle. So you're growing in the type of puzzles that you purchase, and I want to encourage you to go out and purchase a puzzle. And I want you to line this up with your vision, okay? Get a puzzle. And you see the picture on it. Now open up the package. And you see all the pieces. Turn them over. Now you have to begin to figure out what piece goes where. You're going to take one piece at a time. There are going to be times within this puzzle that you can pick out 2 pieces to put them together. You're going to have those times. But there is a process to get to what you see on the box. The purpose is to get to what you saw. You have a purpose. You can now imagine yourself putting that puzzle together so that you can have the same picture in front of you. That's your dream. When you complete it, you've reached your goal. Now let's reverse that. You've reached the goal. It was your dream that you saw, and you fulfilled the purpose. You purchased the puzzle. You now have a picture. You can frame it. You can put it on the table, however you want to display it. But that puzzle had a purpose. And it's all together. So the goal has been achieved. But there was a process. When the individual who made that puzzle came out with it, there was a purpose in mind. It is to help our motor skills, our visual skills, planning, being able to strategically move, following instructions. And you thought it was just a puzzle, but there's a purpose behind the puzzle. What is it that you see? And how are you going to get to what you see? So I want you to think about this. I want you to understand your role. And I want you to accomplish some goals. But there is a planning process. Plan it out. One step at a time. Stop procrastinating. Many of us procrastinate. And then we get to that point in our lives with the, I wish I could have. I thought I could have. But guess what? In the reality, you didn't do what you could have done. But let today be your day. Let today be your first day. Step out of the box. Come out of your comfort zone. And I want you to think about your role. Understand who you are. You have a purpose. You have a dream. And it is for the benefit of this earth. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. I want you to live. And I want you to live abundantly. But it is with one step at a time. Step out in faith. I'm pushing you. And I want you to achieve. We'll be back on tomorrow at 12:30. Have a blessed day, everyone. Signing off from radio. And we are also going to sign off here